Hi, and welcome to another edition of Comic Book Business News, where the show which reviews comic books. I am here, your host, Josh Goldstein, and and in our studio in luxurious southern New Jersey, and so the news in the industry is kind of we have a slow business year in comic books. Not too many shows, although we have Wizard World, Greater Philadelphia, and the bigger shows all over. Just like a slow business uh, year. The beginning of it's a slow beginning to the next decade. Um, but an end to a huge decade for business for comics in 21 teens. That a great time for comic books and the business of comic books. Uh, 20 the 20 the 2020s should be a time of what should pick up in 2021 and 2022. 2020 will be a slow year. First comics I wish to review: Dragon Balls, the new edition of Dragon Ball Z Super. Dragon Ball Z Super Volume 4. And I think I showed it to you last time on the show. Here's some of the new Akira Toriyama artwork. It is Goku fights an alternate dimension. Good and evil versions of Goku and Vegeta. I guess good and evil gets more complex. It's kind of interesting. Dragon Ball Z Super Volume 5, where the good and evil versions from Ultimate Dimensions are a little more, like, some more stuff to do with them. Things are cooler. My Hero Academia, which is a cool new manga, I'm so hooked on this. It's so cool. All my friends are too. It's sort of like the cool new hit in the industry. My Hero Academia volume 19. Koi Horikashi does this comic book. It's kind of like the manga is interesting because you're going to high school to be a superhero, which is what the manga is about. You're going to high school to be a superhero. So it is sort of like the other comic books over the years, like Spiderman or Invincible, which have been about that, or Ultimate Spider-Man. And My Hero Academia is kind of like, but the class, your teachers are superheroes, you're a superhero. It's kind of it's kind of fucking cool. And Batman Detective Comics, Burn to Bat, kind of cool. This is the new Detective Comic Books. Detective Comic Books 1019. There's been this many issues of Batman. some of the inside. This comic book is actually very unique. This is Excalibur. Excalibur? Oh, is that Apocalypse on his evil throne? Apocalypse, Excalibur number 6. Why would you have Apocalypse hang out with your group? I mean, it's kind of like defies logic, noting the latest X-Men movie, but then again, the X-Men were never based on purely the movies, as in other things. Guardians of the Galaxy, the new series. It is so interesting. It is. I thought some of these comic books are like favorites and you read them, but they're kind of weak. Like Guardians of the Galaxy as a comic book is kind of weak. Excalibur is an old favorite of mine, but it's not as good as the old Excalibur with Chris Claremont writing it. That was like more intelligent version of the X-Men he earlier did better on. Amazing Spider-Man and with it was 38, which is really, according to the transliteration, 639. Spider-Man just playing dice. I guess he's going to Atlantic City. And what is this? Some other stuff. Phlegm. Superman 19, Brian Michael Bendis Mania. Dark Side, Ears. Oh my god. Oh, we have some antique comic books we bought when we were at a recent convention. Thor, the Mighty Kirby artwork. This was somebody who's from local TV. Used to own this comic book where it's just a notation meaning nothing. Some Wonder Woman from the same year, 1964 or 66, I think. This is I'm supposed to be psychedelically mesmerized by the checkered, campy board. However, I don't want to eat bath flakes or drive my cereal around. Superman, Your Sister's Evil, number 313. Maybe Superman always wanted a blonde. Yeah, why are you chasing Lois around? Oh, and we're just playing games with Lex Luthor. This is not a serious comic book like Marvel comic books. Then again, there's a charm in the old Superman comic books that were flaky and stupid, and like a lot of people say they were like a simpler comic books because it was thoughts only kids and juvenile delinquents read these. Why make them complex? They seem to you know, if you line my pockets with gold, or make it the worst comic ever, was more or less what most companies thought. DC made the most money back then. Today, it's all about Marvel and sophistication. And this is Superman again. My sister's bad. How do I get away from her? Kind of the deal.